it is indeed possible to acquire liability insurance on a per-job basis. This is a common choice for contractors working part-time who take on only a handful of jobs each year. There are several advantages to per-job liability insurance. Firstly, flexibility. You only pay for insurance when actively engaged in a job. This could lead to cost savings compared to an annual policy. Secondly, convenience. Obtaining insurance for each project becomes straightforward, eliminating the need to manage policy renewals. Thirdly, avoiding coverage gaps. By securing insurance for each job, you prevent lapses in coverage that might occur when collaborating with different construction firms possessing varying insurance plans. Some important considerations to keep in mind. Firstly, cost. Per-job insurance might be pricier than an annual policy, especially if you handle numerous projects annually. Secondly, availability. Not every insurance provider offers per-job liability insurance. It is crucial to research and identify a company that matches your specific requirements. Thirdly, additional costs. Beyond the premium, there may be extra charges like application or inspection fees. Here's how to purchase per-job liability insurance. 1. Reach out to an insurance broker or agent. They can present you with quotes and assist you in finding a policy tailored to your needs. 2. Furnish job details. The insurance company will need specifics about the job site, the work's extent, and the estimated project value. 3. Obtain a certificate of insurance. Upon buying insurance, the company will furnish a certificate that you can share with your clients or construction companies. If you are a part-time contractor handling just a few projects a year, per-job liability insurance may be a viable option. It grants flexibility, convenience, and prevents coverage gaps. However, it is vital to weigh the costs and accessibility of per-job insurance before deciding. Let's delve deeper into the concept of liability insurance. Liability insurance, in its essence, is a safeguard designed to protect businesses and individuals from the financial repercussions of lawsuits and claims stemming from injuries or damages caused to another party. This coverage is triggered when you, as a contractor, are found legally responsible for causing harm or loss to someone else. The policy then steps in to cover the associated costs up to the policy's limit. These costs can encompass legal defense fees, settlements, and judgments. Now let's shift our focus back to the per-job liability insurance. This specialized form of insurance is tailored for contractors who operate on a project-by-project basis. Unlike an annual policy, which provides continuous coverage regardless of whether you are actively working, per-job insurance offers coverage only during the specified duration of a particular project. The cost of per-job liability insurance is influenced by a range of factors. One significant determinant is the scope and nature of the project itself. For instance, a high-risk project, such as one involving demolition or working at significant heights, will naturally command a higher premium due to the increased potential for accidents and subsequent claims. The estimated value of the project is another crucial factor. Insurance companies assess the potential financial exposure based on the project's value. A larger, more expensive project equates to greater potential losses, thus translating into a higher premium. Your experience and safety record as a contractor also play a pivotal role. Contractors with a proven track record of safe work practices and minimal claims history are typically viewed as lower risk by insurance companies, resulting in more favorable premiums. Conversely, a history of accidents or safety violations can raise your risk profile and lead to higher insurance costs. The location of the job site can also influence the premium. Areas prone to specific hazards, such as earthquakes or hurricanes, or regions with a higher propensity for litigation, might result in increased insurance costs. It is essential to carefully evaluate your insurance needs before settling on a per-job policy. Consider the potential risks associated with each project and ensure that the policy limits adequately cover those risks. It is generally advisable to consult with an insurance professional who can assess your specific situation and recommend the appropriate coverage levels. Choosing the right policy limits is a critical aspect of liability insurance. The policy limits represent the maximum amount that the insurance company will pay out in the event of a covered claim. Selecting limits that are too low can leave you vulnerable to significant financial losses if a claim exceeds the policy's coverage. On the other hand, opting for excessively high limits can lead to unnecessary premium costs. A balanced approach involves carefully assessing the potential risks and determining the appropriate coverage levels to protect your assets without overspending on insurance. Another important consideration is the deductible. The deductible is the amount you, as the policyholder, are responsible for paying out of pocket before the insurance coverage kicks in. A higher deductible generally translates into a lower premium, but it also means you will need to pay more upfront in the event of a claim. Conversely, a low deductible results in a higher premium but reduces your out-of-pocket expenses for each claim. The choice between a higher or lower deductible depends on your risk tolerance and financial capacity. If you are comfortable assuming a larger portion of the risk and have the financial means to cover a higher deductible, opting for a higher deductible can save you money on premiums. However, if you prefer greater financial protection and want to minimize your out-of-pocket expenses, a lower deductible might be a better choice. Beyond the standard coverage, you might also consider adding endorsements or riders to your per-job liability insurance policy. Endorsements are amendments to the policy that add, modify, or exclude certain coverages. These can be tailored to address specific risks or situations that are not adequately covered by the standard policy. For example, you might consider adding an endorsement to cover damage to underground utilities, such as gas lines or electrical cables, which can occur during excavation work. Another common endorsement is for professional liability, also known as errors and omissions insurance. This coverage protects you against claims arising from alleged negligence or errors in your professional services, such as design flaws or faulty workmanship. When purchasing per-job liability insurance, it is essential to carefully review the policy exclusions. Exclusions are specific situations or events that are not covered by the policy. Common exclusions include intentional acts, criminal activities, and damage caused by faulty materials or workmanship. Understanding the exclusions is crucial because it helps you identify potential gaps in your coverage and take steps to mitigate those risks. For instance, if your policy excludes damage caused by faulty workmanship, you might consider purchasing a separate warranty or bond to protect against such claims. Another important aspect of liability insurance is the claims process. In the event of an accident or incident that could lead to a claim, it is crucial to notify your insurance company promptly. Delaying notification can jeopardize your coverage and make it more difficult to resolve the claim. When reporting a claim, provide as much detail as possible, including the date, time, and location of the incident, a description of what happened, and the names and contact information of any witnesses or injured parties. Cooperate fully with the insurance company's investigation and provide any requested documentation or information. The insurance company will then investigate the claim, assess the damages, and determine whether the claim is covered under the policy. If the claim is covered, the insurance company will negotiate a settlement with the claimant or defend you in court if a lawsuit is filed. It is important to keep in mind that liability insurance is not a substitute for safe work practices. While insurance can protect you from the financial consequences of accidents, it cannot prevent accidents from happening in the first place. It is crucial to implement comprehensive safety protocols on every job site, including providing adequate training to your employees, using appropriate safety equipment, and enforcing strict safety rules. Regular safety inspections and audits can help identify potential hazards and ensure that your safety procedures are being followed. By prioritizing safety, you can minimize the risk of accidents and claims, which can not only save you money on insurance premiums but also protect the well-being of your employees and the public. In addition to liability insurance, there are other types of insurance that contractors should consider. Workers' compensation insurance is typically required by law for businesses with employees. It provides coverage for medical expenses and lost wages for employees who are injured on the job. Commercial auto insurance is essential for contractors who use vehicles for business purposes. It covers damages and injuries caused by accidents involving your company vehicles. Property insurance protects your business property, such as tools, equipment, and buildings from damage or loss due to fire, theft, or other covered perils. By having a comprehensive insurance program in place, you can protect your business from a wide range of potential risks. When choosing an insurance company, it is important to consider their financial stability and reputation. Look for a company with a strong financial rating from a reputable rating agency, such as AM Best or Standard & Poor's. This indicates that the company is financially sound and able to pay out claims. Check the company's Better Business Bureau rating and read online reviews to get a sense of their customer service and claims handling practices. Choose a company that is responsive, reliable, and has a proven track record of paying claims fairly and promptly. Working with an experienced insurance broker or agent can be invaluable in navigating the complexities of contractor insurance. A good broker will take the time to understand your business and your specific insurance needs. They can help you compare quotes from multiple insurance companies and find the policy that provides the best coverage at the most competitive price. A broker can also assist you with the claims process and advocate on your behalf if you have a dispute with the insurance company. Look for a broker who specializes in contractor insurance and has a thorough understanding of the industry. They should be knowledgeable about the various types of coverage available and able to explain the policy terms and conditions in clear and concise language. A good broker will be a trusted advisor who can help you protect your business from financial risks. Consider the implications of the policy's coverage territory. Some policies may only provide coverage within a specific geographic area, such as a particular state or region. If you work in multiple states, you will need to ensure that your policy provides coverage in all of those areas. The coverage territory is typically defined in the policy's declarations page. Be sure to review this section carefully to ensure that you are adequately protected. Also, be aware of any policy conditions that could affect your coverage. Policy conditions are requirements that you must meet in order for the policy to remain in effect. For example, some policies may require you to maintain certain safety standards or to report any changes in your business operations to the insurance company. Failure to comply with these conditions could result in a denial of coverage. The National Electrical Code, often abbreviated as NEC, plays a significant role in electrical contracting and, consequently, in liability insurance. The NEC is a comprehensive set of standards and guidelines for safe electrical installations. Adherence to the NEC is not only a matter of professional responsibility but also a crucial factor in mitigating liability risks. Insurance companies often consider compliance with the NEC when assessing the risk profile of an electrical contractor. Contractors who consistently adhere to the NEC demonstrate a commitment to safety, which can result in lower insurance premiums. Conversely, violations of the NEC can increase the risk of accidents and claims, leading to higher premiums or even denial of coverage. Therefore, it is essential for electrical contractors to stay up to date with the latest edition of the NEC and to ensure that all electrical installations meet or exceed its requirements. This includes proper wiring methods, grounding techniques, overcurrent protection, and equipment selection. Regular training and education for employees are also crucial to ensure that they are knowledgeable about the NEC and can apply its principles in their daily work. In addition to the NEC, there may be other applicable codes and standards that electrical contractors must comply with, depending on the location and type of project. These may include state and local building codes, as well as industry standards from organizations such as the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, often abbreviated as IEE, and the National Fire Protection Association, often abbreviated as NFPA. Compliance with all applicable codes and standards is essential for ensuring the safety of electrical installations and for minimizing liability risks. Electrical contractors should also be aware of the potential hazards associated with their work and take steps to mitigate those risks. These hazards may include electric shock, arc flash, falls from heights, and exposure to hazardous materials. Implementing a comprehensive safety program can help reduce the risk of accidents and injuries. This program should include regular safety training, hazard assessments, and the use of appropriate personal protective equipment, often abbreviated as PPE. It is also important to have a written safety plan that outlines the company's safety policies and procedures. The safety plan should be reviewed and updated regularly to ensure that it remains effective. Regular inspections of job sites can help identify potential hazards and ensure that safety procedures are being followed. Electrical contractors should also maintain accurate records of all electrical work performed, including wiring diagrams, equipment specifications, and inspection reports. These records can be valuable in the event of a claim or lawsuit. It is also important to have a clear and well-defined contract with each client that outlines the scope of work, payment terms, and liability limitations. The contract should be reviewed by an attorney to ensure that it is legally sound. By taking these steps, electrical contractors can protect themselves from liability risks and ensure the safety of their employees and the public. Now, let's consider specific examples of situations where liability insurance would come into play for an electrical contractor. Imagine a scenario where an electrical contractor is installing wiring in a new home. Due to a mistake in the wiring, a fire starts, causing significant damage to the home. The homeowner sues the electrical contractor for negligence. In this case, the electrical contractor's liability insurance would cover the costs of defending the lawsuit and paying for any damages awarded to the homeowner. Another example is a situation where an electrical contractor is working on a commercial building. An employee of the contractor accidentally drops a tool, which hits a pedestrian and causes serious injury. The pedestrian sues the electrical contractor for negligence. Again, the liability insurance would cover the costs of defending the lawsuit and paying for any damages awarded to the pedestrian. Consider a situation where an electrical contractor provides faulty advice to a client regarding the installation of a solar panel system. The client relies on this advice and installs the system, which later malfunctions and causes damage to the client's property. The client sues the electrical contractor for professional negligence. In this case, the contractor's professional liability insurance, also known as errors and omissions insurance, would cover the costs of defending the lawsuit and paying for any damages awarded to the client. These examples illustrate the importance of having adequate liability insurance coverage. Without insurance, an electrical contractor could be financially devastated by a lawsuit or claim. The cost of defending a lawsuit can be substantial, even if the contractor is ultimately found not liable. And if the contractor is found liable, the damages awarded to the claimant can be enormous. Liability insurance provides peace of mind knowing that you are protected from these financial risks. In addition to protecting you from financial losses, liability insurance can also help you attract and retain clients. Many clients require contractors to have liability insurance before they will hire them. This is because they want to be sure that they are protected in case something goes wrong. Having liability insurance can give you a competitive edge over other contractors who do not have insurance. When it comes to per-job liability insurance, it is important to get quotes from multiple insurance companies. This will allow you to compare prices and coverage options. Be sure to read the fine print of each policy carefully to understand what is covered and what is not. Pay attention to the policy exclusions, limitations, and deductibles. If you have any questions, be sure to ask the insurance agent or broker. Choosing the right liability insurance policy is an important decision. Take the time to do your research and find a policy that meets your specific needs. With the right insurance in place, you can protect your business from financial risks and ensure your long-term success. Keep in mind that insurance regulations can vary from state to state. It is essential to consult with an insurance professional who is familiar with the laws and regulations in your area. They can provide you with guidance on the types of coverage you need and the appropriate policy limits. The information provided here is for general informational purposes only and should not be construed as legal or financial advice. It is important to consult with a qualified professional for advice tailored to your specific situation.